It's the spring equinox, equal amount of day as there is night, certainly making a way through the season where the weather is just going to get better. And this past few days has been fantastic. Here in Blackpool we've been seeing temperatures of about 17 degrees. In fact, it was a little bit warmer than that. Even this morning it was 11 degrees and that was about 8 o'clock, so there's a heck of a difference. It is going to break, it is going to go a little bit cooler, but we have got a potential chance of hashtag Storm Chaser Paul. Here we go, some flashy boom booms that could make their way across the country on Saturday, leaving us on Sunday with a much cloudier, duller picture as that system moves its way through. As I've been saying all along, it's all down to the fact that we need some warmer temperatures, and we have been getting them better temperatures. I think the maximum of today, just before this video went out on the 21st, we had a 21 degrees at Larkin Heath Royal Air Force Base, 21 at North Holt, Heathrow 20.3, although it might be a little bit warmer at Heathrow for certain particular reasons. We've also got Saharan dust making its way across the country. I think it peaks a little bit later on this afternoon into this evening. There is already dust that's appearing, or sand, on my car, and certainly there is definitely a lot more to come, which is annoying. As regards to thunderstorm risk, let's find out where we are going to see those thunderstorms, and I'm going to use a combination of the charts from Net Weather. We'll certainly use MetCheck as well, and Windy, and I'm also hearing that is it the BBC in Yorkshire, Sheffield, I know you separate it into the regions, are also talking about the potential of some thunderstorms. And we'll start off with the GFS, which is on the Net Weather website, and we're going to look at the storm risk percentage and the Cape values. Again, the higher the Cape value, the better chance of thunderstorms. Up to 1,000 generally is deemed as a low risk. 2,500 up to 2,500 you get as a moderate risk. High Cape value, you're looking between 2,000, I think 2,000, 3,500, and then a high, very high Cape value is anything up to about 3,500 plus. So this weather model was run at midnight. On the left, we've got the storm risk. On the right, we've got the Cape values. As you can see on the left chart, you can see the storm risk is 50%, so there's a very good chance. Anything above 40% is pretty much game on as regards you seeing the ingredients that are needed to have a thunderstorm and the potential of having thunderstorms. On the right hand side, the Cape value there is showing it's greater. It's almost nearly just under 1,000, so it's got that risk of definitely Normandy. But then on the left hand chart, that risk brings itself up into Wales, but the Cape values aren't really showing much on the Net Weather charts at the moment. That's for Saturday morning. We're making our way a little bit further in the day to 9 o'clock in the evening on the Saturday, which is generally the focus point that I want to look at, something from about 3 o'clock in the afternoon to about 6 o'clock early evening. But nonetheless, we've got this chance, little small chance of a thunderstorm risk. This is lunchtime tomorrow. We've got the green areas starting to appear. This is what I was talking about in South Wales, that's coming up from Devon and Cornwall, anywhere that area is around here. But it's all being fed by the warm winds that are coming off the continent. If we flick to for the wind direction, you can see we've still got these easterly winds that are coming in, and as this low pressure system makes its way into Portugal, which is a bit of a storm system that they're going to receive, and it dies off very quickly as soon as it hits the land. We've got this lovely contrast area straight across the central and western parts of Ireland as this system brings itself in. But notice these wind directions change rather erratically across the country, and that's what's going to be bringing a lot of that sort of that warmer air up into the country, and that potential chance of seeing some thunderstorms. That can be easily seen by looking at the overview chart. This is the low pressure of 990, the storm system that I was talking about just now. There's your rain that's going across western parts of Ireland. Because it's cyclonic, remember the winds come down from the left hand side of the low system, whip around underneath it across Spain, going to be dragging all that air up from Spain, the warmth that's down there. You've got these as well. These isobars are indicating this direction of travel of the winds, so it's going to be bringing all some of that dust in from Africa, and then it brings itself across the country as that low pressure sort of pushes itself into the English Channel, and then causes that disruption in the atmosphere as we go into Saturday. So we'll use the windy map. I've selected rain and thunder, and what you want to look at, if you look down the bottom here, we've just got little bits of lightning. Now this is for Friday 9 o'clock in the morning. This is generally because of that low pressure system. If we animate the chart itself, that system brings itself in. You can see the direction of the wind travel yet again. This is Saturday morning, and then I'm hoping to see something showing as it just gets in to Wales. Nothing was showing then, was it? 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday in France, and we've got quite a nice storm system, a line of storms potentially that are working their way through the central into the south of France, going towards the Alps and Italy. When I was looking at net weather, looking at the Cape, it was showing, it was a little bit more proud, keen to show Cape moving itself up into the English Channel, Celtic Sea, into the western parts of the United Kingdom, and certainly across into the east as well. One website that I do often use when I am looking at the weather is the Met Office Rain Radar. Bit of a tip, it works an absolute treat for me when I'm out in the field chasing thunderstorms. It's very accurate and it does a great job. I'm going to choose the weather symbol and we're going to look at rain. You can nicely see that system down here, which just off Penzance, the coast there, Devon and Cornwall round here. Now this is for 11 o'clock today, which isn't too far away. We're going to press play and see that system stretching itself out. This one wants to slowly bring itself in as well, but bear in mind the wind direction is going in this direction for now, but it does change away, it does change its direction. The gap is closing between these two systems here, and then we've got the this afternoon we've got some showers that are be coming into the south end of the country. This is at 6 o'clock now. We've got quite a rash here, quite a deep rash that's bringing itself in fact, going through Wales, south of Wales. So we've got some showers that are going to be breaking through a bit later on today into the western parts of Lancashire as they go through Manchester, Merseyside, working their way off into Cumbria, and they're pushing themselves off into the Irish Sea by midnight. But what we're keen to looking at, we want to see what the state of play is going to be sometime around lunchtime tomorrow. So we'll start out there, lunchtime tomorrow. This is a great little signature, a little hint of something that's going to be starting off here. So Dorset, that sort of areas around here, Isle of Wight. You've got just south of London, south of Reading, Brighton, to the west of you, you've got these lumpy of showers here. Now they could just be heavy downpours that kick in at that point. It's a little early in the day to say that's a definite thunderstorm. It was later on in the year, then that is a really good chance. You really want to see little signatures like this over in France. Can you see those little hot spots? They are great signatures of thunderstorms, whereas this is more of a rash of showers, heavy at times. It's still like a bunch of cells that are together that migrate into, like I said, later on in the year they definitely would have a little pack of punch. In fact, if you just move up towards Nottingham, you've got a little one there between Grantham and Boston. This is 12 o'clock tomorrow. Keep an eye on that, because that could have a nice formation to it. You might get a little bit of lightning, a couple of rumbles of thunder. March, just east of Peterborough, you've got one as well, so we'll keep little eyes on there. Homegrown thunderstorms, that's what we want, you see. Good British thunderstorms, flashy boom booms. Right, so they're moving their way through the country. This is now 1:30. Bingo, there we go. This is, what was I saying before about in France? The warm air is obviously bringing itself across the English Channel. It's going through London. It's having an effect Aylesbury, Oxford, Banbury, Stratford, Worcestershire, Herefordshire, and even over into Wales as well. You've got cells that are popping up there. These are cells. You don't get this when you get a low pressure system coming in with heavy rain, you know, when it's gales and things like that. These are potential cells. Any of those, it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, could pop off something. It could be a case of where either nothing happens tomorrow, or the BBC end up reporting on it that there was heavy downpours and a good thunderstorm. It's anyone's guess at this point. Nobody will be pinning the colours to the mast. I'm not sure if any weather warnings would go out of heavy thunderstorms. There's quite a few there. This is the sort of picture that you would get sometime in the summertime, actually. It's actually quite a nice little rain chart. And you can. Some people said, oh, you can't do it off rain chart. You can do it off rain charts, because I've been doing this for years. This is this one we were looking at before. And this is there's the small one here, Melton Mulberry, east of Peterborough, March. That's developed really, really well. This is obviously a forecast. It's not now. Let's just have a look what's going on as regards France. We've got this system here coming out of the English Channel going into Dover. That could start rumbling when it hits the land. Another one to look at. So this whole area from lunchtime to about 2 o'clock, you've got the potential of some thunderstorms. That's really good. Like I was saying before, these are rain showers coming in. That's the frontal part of it, where you get some beefy rain, and you could get the odd rumble of thunder. Different setup to get thunderstorm, but that won't be coming into the country as such, unlike these cells here. Look down here off Normandy in France. Yeah, they've got plenty of little thunderstorms that are popping off, isolated, random, sporadic thunderstorms. There's no organisation in these, where later on the year you generally do. This could be anyone's guess, anywhere time. That's 2 o'clock, so let's just skip ahead by about an hour. Let's stop it at 3. Yeah, in between then there was a couple of little red zones, hot spots that popped up. They seem to us the potential of remaining south of Birmingham, in Hereford, Milton Keynes. They've kind of brought themselves into this area. Wales, there's a chance. This is what I'm talking about, lightning alley. I've not come up to Lancashire yet, or into Yorkshire. I'm very much concentrating what's coming across from London, from Dover, London, across south of the Midlands at the moment, because I don't think we'll see much until later on in the day. Right, okay, so they seem to calm down and they pick up, which is indicative of thunderstorms. They have their initial blast, say, hi, I'm here. It calms down, and then as the heating builds up in the day, then they release a lot of their energy. They are right little characters, aren't they? They're a lot more organised. Some of the cells have bunched together. There's a chance if that happens, you won't get any thunderstorms. It'll just basically turn into liquid lightning. It will rain because they've kind of come together. They've started talking to each other. Both in Wales, you've got a little bit of a hot spot there. And then we're going to come up to Lancashire now to see what the state of play here at 4 o'clock is. North of Leeds, Sheffield, there's a potential of some little hot spots. East of York, definitely some heavy beefy showers that are going to be knocking around. Now this is 5 o'clock now. Yeah, let's just go back one frame actually, because that was a bit of a hot spot off north of Liverpool, going into the Ribble area, just south of the Ribble into the Irish Sea. Very much chance of some influence of the warming around this area. Might have early doors going into this area north of Liverpool, south of Preston for Blackpool, Lancaster. This area here, for anyone who lives in sort of the Lancaster area, if you're doing storm chasing, you want to get yourself in a good little spot, do get yourself up just to the Pennine area around here. There is an old tower there, isn't there? Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it's called. I've been there as a kid. And you've got Trough and them sort of areas here. You do get some beefy, heavy rain and some great thunderstorms. It's difficult to spot them because of the terrain. You hear them and then they're upon you. But coming through Lancaster, this area here is a great little hot spot, especially from Settle up there. Fantastic. And it goes over to Overton and then Millthorpe and Barrow before it hits the hills and the mountains of Cumbria. It becomes a little bit more tricky, and they do tend to die out very quickly because of the terrain's different, temperatures are different. So you've got yourself a little hot spot there. This whole area is actually a great little area for capturing thunderstorms, hence one of the reasons why I hang around that a lot. As regards Yorkshire, anywhere in Yorkshire, because you're a lot more flat terrain, York, Sheffield, Leeds, this whole triangle, the thunderstorm triangle, lightning triangle, you can get yourself some very, very good thunderstorm activity, and it's easier to chase as long as you keep out the cities and the towns. You can definitely chase some thunderstorms in that sort of area there. Let's just think a little bit further south. More organised rain showers, beefy ones as well, working their way through Birmingham. You know, these showers have now built up now. They've got the moisture, they've done their little show, and now this is their crescendo where they're starting to throw it all down, the liquid lightning. There's nothing coming out of here now because that's pretty much the back end of it. This whole area here is the back end of it. It's 5 o'clock tea time tomorrow. You've got a couple of little hot spots, lingerers, that are probably getting the warm air that's feeding through at the back side of it. Again, you tend to get that, the backside. You've got them little bits, those last legs that are coming through. This is the middle bit that's had its main show. That's definitely the main area tomorrow. But then we've got these little hot spots here. I would think once 5 o'clock tea time is going, then generally they'll just turn themselves into liquid lightning, into rain, and a bit more organised, which you can see it's a bit more, it's a messier picture. Sun's going down, isn't it? And then it kind of loses its pace as regards anything to do with lightning. York, Hull, Scunthorpe, you've got some rain coming in there. There's no lightning in this. This is just pure rain, cloud, low cloud, and the rain coming through. Kilmarnock, Kilbrane, so Glasgow, Ayrshire's down here, isn't it? Cumnock. That's actually quite a decent sell. It's quite a linear one as well, so you know, this is 12:45 tomorrow. If you're in that area, look out for that. I reckon that'll be quite a sexy picture, quite a spicy looking cloud system. Look how linear it is. So you could, it could potentially look like a shelf cloud or whatever, you know, on there, but it's quite a length, isn't it? That could be a nasty little feature as it's making its way across just west of Glasgow. But otherwise, the main state of play is because the ground is warming up, because we've got that heat that's happened over the past couple of days, which is going to be warmer than the ocean temperature rather than the other way around. I've said this before so many times in the videos. It's going to definitely have a huge effect. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we might start getting some weather warnings tomorrow, mainly focusing on heavy rain, beefy showers, possibly a little bit of flash flooding going on. I'm going to put my neck out on that. If you are going to chase, don't follow my lead. It's purely on your own risk. Be safe, get some content and share it with us on the Weather Fans Facebook page, and try and stay dry. I didn't look at Ireland, did I? I love Ireland, and I should have looked at Ireland a bit more. I didn't look at Ireland because I don't think there is much going on. I'm just looking at the Isle of Man, actually. It kind of dissipates before it actually gets to the Isle of Man, because it looks a bit too earlier on. This is at 10:30. Cork's down here, isn't it? So it's just east of Cork. Wexford, is it? Waterford. So this is Wexford, Munster, Galway. Talking about heavy rain, and a few thundery downpours may result in bright spot flooding. And then on Saturday we've got a similar area. So I think, to be honest with you, with Ireland, them parts of Ireland, it's just going to be thundery downpours, mainly rain. Watch out for that system I told you before on the east coast. That will probably bring some gale, especially out in the sea there, the Atlantic. But further, obviously, the site won't be as bad. But that's generally the state of play. Like I said, if you get any content, please share it with us on our Facebook page, Weather Fans, and check me out on Nodrog.uk, and of course all our links and socials are available on there. You can follow us on there, because no doubt the Weather Fans team will be on this, and they'll be posting updates as well, especially via Weather Fans. Please stay safe, stay eagle-eyed for all those weather patterns and some great cloud formations that will be about. Yes, the eagle-eyed notice I've got this on as well because I actually stopped recording because I put it on because I was getting a bit chilly. But anyway, digressing. So yeah, make sure you keep your eyes open, check out the stuff that's going to be just north of Ayrshire and the Midland area and stuff like that. I'm going to be out, my batteries are charged and I'm ready and waiting to go out and get some content. It could be a boom or it could be a bust, and that's the best thing about Mother Nature. She likes to keep her cards close to her chest. Right, God bless you all. Catch you soon. Good luck. See you later on, and make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eyes to the skies. Ta-ra.